Here is the actual requirement from the Philippine government. Based on the IATF Resolution 160B, all foreign nationals, including former Filipino citizens, foreign spouse, foreign child, and foreign tourists must have COVID travel insurance. It must specify for the COVID-19 coverage of at least $35,000 or it could be higher for the duration of your stay in the Philippines. Please take note that you don't need to have $35,000. The amount is only for coverage amount, but you must pay an insurance premium to get this coverage amount from a reputable insurance company. The insurance company does not need to be from your country of origin. You can get insurance from anywhere in the world. It is better to obtain insurance from US-based insurance company for easier claims processing, better customer service, and for complaint filing for denied claims. Insurance companies in the US are regulated by the individual states, so there is no federal regulatory agency that oversees insurance companies. The name of the insurance regulatory agency typically is the Department of Insurance, Division of Insurance, Insurance Bureau, or something similar. Who are exempted from the requirement of a COVID travel insurance in the Philippines? Please take note, all Filipinos and dual citizens are exempt from the COVID travel insurance requirement for entry. Here in the US, there are several private health insurance companies such as Cigna or Blue Cross, or you could have the TRICARE, VA, Medicare, or others. Contact your health insurance company and ask for benefit coverage overseas, specifically COVID medical coverage. This is the most important. Look for plan benefit, coverage, and exclusions. In addition, you must also ask if you will get reimbursed if you need to pay ahead for medical expenses abroad. And if covered, print the coverage amount and ask for written confirmation. Please do this before traveling. Another option, if you have a primary health insurance, is secure a separate short-term travel medical insurance as secondary health insurance for international travel. However, to tell you the real scenario in the Philippines, even if you have a COVID travel insurance, you will still have to pay out of pocket when you are admitted or hospitalized. This is because most clinics or healthcare providers or hospitals in the Philippines will require a deposit or a money upfront before admitting you or before you can avail of hospital services. This is common knowledge in the Philippines. You need to have money to be admitted as a patient. Regardless whether you have an insurance coverage or not, you will have to pay out of pocket. You must confirm with your travel insurer if you can be reimbursed after paying upfront or paying full price for the hospital expenses. I would recommend to bring extra money or cash for unexpected medical expenses in the Philippines. Although the healthcare cost may be lower compared to Western countries, you will still have to shell out money before getting reimbursed from your selected travel insurer company. However, in the unfortunate situation that you are unable to pay your medical bills because you are running out of money or you are in financial need, please take note of this very important law. Some hospitals will require you to sign a promissory note so you can pay your bills and you can be discharged even if you haven't fully paid all your medical expenses. However, some hospitals will require you to stay longer because of the non-payment of medical services. Please take note of this very important law in the Philippines. There is a law, Republic Act number 9439. So what is this law in the Philippines? This is an act prohibiting the detention of patients in hospitals and medical clinics on grounds of non-payment of hospital bills or medical expenses. Let me provide you the specific provisions of this Republic Act number 9439. I'm going to explore the provisions of this law and make sure that you are able to protect yourself. Section 1, let's discuss this. It shall be unlawful for any hospital or medical clinic in the country to detain or to otherwise cause, directly or indirectly, the detention of patients who have fully or partially recovered or have been adequately attended to or who may have died for reasons of non-payment in part or in full of hospital bills or medical expenses. Some hospitals in the Philippines will unlawfully detain you for unpaid medical expenses, so make sure to know these provisions. Let's move on to Section 2 of RA 9439, so pay attention. Patients who have fully or partially recovered and who already wish to leave the hospital or medical clinic but are financially incapable to settle in part or in full their hospitalization expenses, including professional fees and medicines, shall be allowed to leave the hospital or medical clinic with a right to demand the issuance of the corresponding medical certificate and other pertinent papers required for the release of the patient from the hospital or medical clinic upon the execution of a promissory note covering the unpaid obligation. This means that you can execute a promissory note. Okay, so the promissory note shall be secured by either a mortgage or by a guarantee of a co-maker who will be jointly and severally liable with the patient for the unpaid obligation. In the case of a deceased patient, the corresponding death certificate and other documents required for interment and other purposes shall be released to any of his surviving relatives requesting for the same, provided, however, that patients who stayed in private rooms shall not be covered by this act. This means that if you're unable to pay, you must find a guarantor. Okay, for the penalties, any officer or employee of the hospital or medical clinic responsible for releasing patients who violates this act shall be fined by not less than 20,000 pesos and not more than 50,000 pesos, or imprisonment of not less than 1 month but not more than 6 months. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.